Ladies and gentlemen, here we are on Scared Straight for the first time tonight. ShensTV on the right-hand side, trying to hold that first position. Gregory trying to take on all the other players and the Virgin Curse in second place on the right-hand side. Butter to Bill Mamazoon trying to get through on the center line with a pretty good line, but Gregory's going to go right for the center, but they're tripped up by the Pistons. It looks like the Virgin Curse is striking already, ladies and gentlemen. Gregory trying to go for the center line, trying to get through, but they're not going to have that good line. It looks like Mamazoon is going to get through on the right-hand side. Butter to Bill on the left-hand side. Gregory trying to make up some ground here as they go into the first place. It looks like it's going to be Mamazoon and Gregory neck and neck as they come out into the Joshua Tabular. Both players trying to get through, but Butter to Bill is a slightly better line. It looks like it's going to be Gregory and Butter to Bill trying to get ahead on the sheet grader number 2. It looks like ShensTV is going to cut across the head on the right-hand side, trying to stay ahead of Butter to Bill, who's got another good line, but it looks like ShensTV is going to retake first place. They hit the jump coming around these Pistons, but they're trapped up immediately, and now it's going to be anyone's race. Butter to Bill with a beautiful line on the left-hand side, jumping around those Pistons into first place, and ShensTV comes across in second, and now it's going to be all the other players coming up from behind. Glorious position in third, Gregory in fourth, Mom's in fifth, Buko in sixth place, Wicked in 10th place. Butter to Bill just barely riding those Pistons on that right-hand side of the balance beam, staying in the track, and they're going to stay in first place, and ShensTV's right behind in second as they go around to the Merch Helix. Gregory in third place as they go through on the right-hand side, Glorious position going through on the left-hand side in fourth place, Wicked in 10th, Mamazoon, and Butter to Bill having a lot of trouble in the back there with those Pistons, and it's going to be just these 3 or 4 players in the front line trying to take on that first place position. Butter to Bill, ShensTV neck and neck as they come around in the final bend of this Merch Helix, trying to get down in that dishwasher and the final gutter, but Gregory's trying to hold in second place, or third place, excuse me, as the Glorious position comes around on the left-hand side in fourth place. Butter to Bill and ShensTV both through that dishwasher. ShensTV has a beautiful line straight through the center, and it looks like they have another perfect line straight through all the Pistons here, and ShensTV has timed it perfectly, masterfully done by ShensTV right into the wind. It is at a new record time. I don't think it was, but it's certainly a new ghost marble, and ShensTV has absolutely crushed it on the final stretch. Perfect shot through the dishwasher. Glorious Mustard doesn't even want to finish out the race. They just kill themselves, and that is going to be one tough act to beat. Gregory trying to get in second place, trying to take on the Virgin Curse, but they're blasting at the last second, and Gregory gets eliminated. That's the Virgin Curse for you, ladies and gentlemen. Gregory could not finish out the race. Butter to Bill going across the line in second place. They put up a hell of a fight, but just couldn't quite hold up the ShensTV on this final stretch. Mamazoon coming through on the left-hand side, ready to finish it out in third place. Looks like Win Intense trying to get across the line on fourth place, and Buko having trouble on the dishwasher on the right-hand side. Finally getting out now with about a minute left on the clock. And will these players be able to finish out the race? I think Mamazoon got blasted out by the Pistons. Wicked Intense and Buko with a mirrored weaving line trying to get through. Buko stepped up on the left-hand side. Looks like Wicked Intense finally across the line in third place, and Buko is going to finish it out in fourth place with 50 seconds left on the clock. And what a race, ladies and gentlemen. ShensTV gets the victory, 1 minute and 37 seconds, just 6 seconds behind the record time, and worth a new ghost marble. Butter to Bill trying to defend their ghost marble title, but had to settle for second place, 22 seconds behind in second place. If I beat you in this next race, then you have to do the next race in an accent. Done. Done. Oh, that's true. Buko, you could be my substitute. They'll never know because we're the same person. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go into Portal Purgatory. Looks like we got Sakuragi coming out of that pinball board in first place. It's going to be Becca on in second. It's going to be Glorious in third, Wicked Intense in fourth, Mama's in fifth, Gregory in sixth, Butter to Bill, ShensTV tied for seventh, and Buko bringing up the rear in ninth place. They all go into the divide. Sakuragi right into the Wing Chun Dojo dummies on the right-hand side, trying to get through on that center track. Is any player going to go for the outside tracks? It doesn't look like it yet. It looks like maybe Buko threw on the right-hand side, and ShensTV also threw on the right-hand side. I swear those two aren't the same people, but they have made the same decision here. Both going on the right-hand track, trying to get into the accelerators as quickly as possible. And who's going to come out in first place? Buko has a very good start, trying to get through with their speed here. ShensTV also trying to get through now. It looks like both players are getting a lot of speed. Will they hit the exit? ShensTV going for the straight shot in the wind, and they've overshot it, and ShensTV's been eliminated, trying to take Wicked Intense up on their bargain, but it looks like they've overshot it, and they're going to have to be eliminated. Buko still not getting through, finally getting around on the top side, but they have way too much speed, and they're going to overshoot as well. So now we're just down to 7 players trying to get through the rest of the course. Sakuragi, Wicked Intense, Rebecca on, Mamazoon, Glorious Position, Butter to Bill, all trying to get through the Cheese Burger at the same time, and Gregory bringing up the rear, slow and steady on the right-hand side, trying to get through. Mamazoon blasted out by the Cheese Burger, not even going to get a chance to try to finish out this race. And as there was Sakuragi straight through the center, and Sakuragi stuck the landing out of nowhere with a straight shot into the windmill. Butter to Bill was going to overshoot it with the Glorious Position as well. Becca on trying to get through, and Becca on sticks landing. Wicked Intense straight over the crop. It looks like they have lost the bet as well. And Gregory trying to finish in the last place position, but they have to get through before the wall of death cuts off the exit warper. It looks like he done it. Now they're only help lives with the Cheese Burger, but they're going straight through on the center track, and I don't think Gregory's going to be able to get the skip as they go in the reset warper, and that's going to cost them the race here, ladies and gentlemen. It's just those 3 players, which is actually a tremendous finish here. 30% finish rate on a 99% elimination course. Absolutely astounding. Sakuragi, first place finish, 1 minute and 12 seconds. Rebecca on going to be 1 minute and 19 seconds in second place. I thought a third person finished. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I swear someone else finished. I don't know. Maybe I had a stroke in the middle of the race. Hell yeah, players, no contest. Let's get into the next race. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are on Shattered Dreams from Season 4 for the second time tonight. And we have 7 racers on the track trying to take on that record time. Looks like Ruiz coming around in first place on the right-hand side, trying to finally get that first place finish. Mr. Ollie on the right-hand side also going for that first place finish in second place as all the other players are going through on that left-hand side. Mr. Ollie and Ruiz holding first and second place as they go through on the left-hand track. Cujo on the right-hand side in third. Lower Marine and Sakuragi tied for fourth. Gregory in sixth. And ShensTV bringing up the rear in seventh place. Excuse me a second. God. Had something in my throat. Looks like it is going to be Mr. Ollie and Ruiz trying to get through on that center track, but they have to avoid these pistons if they want to, or these pins if they want to hold on to that position. Mr. Ollie goes straight through, beautifully getting stopped on the second set of pins. Lorbury and Ruiz trying to get through on the center track now, and all 3 players jumbled up here. Cujo on the right-hand side trying to get ahead. ShensTV all alone on the left-hand side trying to get through on that double inverse motion and closed dishwasher, their favorite obstacle, and that could work out very well for him. Cujo to the top elevator with a lot of speed, trying to get down in that dishwasher as quickly as possible. Mr. Ollie the top elevator on the center track trying to catch up from behind, but Cujo has a very good line, trying to skip over the elevator, but just can't quite pull it off. Sakuragi through on the right-hand side, Gregory trying to get through, and they're going to push Mr. Ollie out of the way and take first place. They go down through on the left-hand track, right-hand track. ShensTV trying to get through on the left-hand track with a very good exit on that double inverse motion and closed dishwasher. Gregory straight through the cheese the butter but having a little bit of trouble. ShensTV trying to get through on the center track, and ShensTV going to go straight through into first place with a beautiful line on that cheese the butter and now they're ahead of the other players who are scrambling to catch up from behind. Cujo in second place, Sakuragi in third, Ruiz in fourth, Lorbury in fifth place. Looks like Mr. Ollie in sixth place or seventh place. And Gregory has fallen out of the map, not able to stick the landing on that double boosted jump. Ruiz trying to get through back into first place, but they still have 3 players ahead. ShensTV getting through that noon nightmare with a very good line. Cujo trying to get through in second, Sakuragi in third, Ruiz in fourth, Lorbury sixth landing in fifth. Mr. Ollie still back in that cheese elevator in sixth place. And here comes ShensTV down the final slide, but will they find a way to fuck it up at the end? It looks like they're a little bit too far to the left-hand side. They could hit that reset warper here as the other players are starting to come up from behind. Sakuragi and Ruiz trying to get through. ShensTV down past the ramming pins. Looks like they've made it, but they've hit the reset warper, and ShensTV's going back into the top of the Newton's Nightmare, and that's not looking good for ShensTV. Sakuragi trying to get through on the center line, but they have to watch out for that ramming pin, and Cujo with perfect timing across the cheese, overtaking all the other players they got through, but they hit the reset warper, are going to be denied and thrown out of the map, and Cujo not going to be able to get that victory, and Sakuragi gets another win. Ruiz coming across in second place, a respectable finish, but still not the first place finish they were looking for. Lorbury trying to get through in third place now. Mr. Ollie trying to get through in fourth place, and ShensTV going through for the second time. Mr. Ollie high on left side, they get best of the center by those ramming pins, so they are going to finish in fourth place. And ShensTV on the right hand side might be going for the endurance record here, and there they go through for the second time, and now they have to go through a third time here. But there's only a minute left on the clock, and they're going way too far back on the track, and they have got to make up a lot of time here if they want to beat that endurance record of 4 passes through. ShensTV coming back through into that Noon's Nightmare. Can they find a good line through these pendulums, or will they get tripped up? Looks like they're going through on the right hand side, trying to get through the center. Looks like they've got a pretty good line, pushing those pendulums out of the way. ShensTV determined to go for that endurance record here. 45 seconds left on the clock. They do have enough time to go through a second time, but they have got to hurry on this first pass through as they come across into these pistons. ShensTV weaving and bobbing, trying to find the line. Looks like they find it. They're trying to get through on the center line, trying to get through on the right hand side. And ShensTV goes for it. He hits the booster. He goes back again. And now ShensTV going through for the 5th time, trying to get through on this booster here. But now there's only 30 seconds left on the clock. The wall of death screaming down past the cheese mitigator. And ShensTV is all the way to the top, and they have to go through yet another time. ShensTV trying to get through with 20 seconds left on the clock. Can they make it through for the 5th pass through that endurance record time? The ShensTV is already on track for the endurance record. They already did the same cheat that Lorbury did. If they can get through a 5th time, they are going to have the record here, ladies and gentlemen. ShensTV trying to get through this last Newton's Nightmare, trying to find the way through the sign. Looks like ShensTV's having a little trouble getting their moment up. The wall of death is fast approaching. 3 seconds left on the clock. I don't think ShensTV's going to make it. No, they're eliminated. And ShensTV, I think, may have actually qualified for 4.5 passes through on the endurance record. We'll have to check the replay and the highlights. But in early ahead, we'll just say congratulations to ShensTV setting a new endurance record using the same tactic Lorbury did. And Sakuragi getting another victory at 1 minute and 57 seconds. Very well done.